everybody, my name's Jen. Welcome to my channel, Salesforce Minded. In today's video, I want to spend some time talking to you about a couple of my favorite Chrome extensions. I personally started my Salesforce career as an admin in 2012, and then I transitioned into the consulting career as a consultant and now as an architect in 2018. So in my lifespan as an admin slash consultant, I've had to use these two extensions quite extensively, no pun intended. They have both made my life a lot easier, so I would love to share them with you. And if you have any extensions that you currently use or have heard about that you can share with me, please leave them in the comments section below. And if you're interested in seeing what I have to say, then please keep on watching. First things first, what is a Chrome extension? A Chrome extension is and this is assuming you're using Chrome as your browser. Now, I understand there may be other browsers like Safari or Bing that people might use for Salesforce, but the recommended browser here is Chrome because, in my opinion, Chrome works pretty seamlessly with Salesforce. And it is also supported by Salesforce, and that's the important piece. So if you use Chrome, there are extensions that have been developed that you can enable on your browser that will take, either stretch the functionality of the Salesforce platform a little bit further or allow you to make something visually different. And I'll kind of explain that, right? So I understand there are hundreds, if not thousands, of extensions out there, and I have personally not used maybe more than 5 of them. Please know that this is not a sponsor video, nor do I work for the company, but I'm just merely sharing with you what I have found to be helpful. And again, if you have anything you want to share, please let me know in the comment section below, because I would love to learn about new extensions that perhaps make your life easier. And I'm hoping I can get that benefit too if I use it. So the very first thing you do is you can come to Google and you can Google Chrome extension, and you land on the Chrome Web Store, and you are able to search extensions. So the very first one I want to talk to you about is called the Salesforce Inspector. And this one I've already added. So I think there's a new instance. It's called Salesforce Inspector Reloaded, which I am not really sure about, but this is the one that I've always used for many years. And you can enable it from your browser. So I have it enabled, but it's not lighting up because I am not on a Salesforce tab. But in these tabs, I have enabled my Salesforce Inspector, which is this little magnifying glass icon. So what does a Salesforce Inspector do? It does a few things that are pretty cool. So first of all, you have this collapsed bar on the right, which allows you to bring up Salesforce Inspector. And what this does is, as you can see right now, I am not on any record, but if I were to navigate to any record and I come back, I have the ability to, for this record, and it's this record because the ID here matches the ID here, and I can see show all data. And why is this powerful? I am able to, and provided I'm the admin and I have the correct read field level security access on all the fields, I have the ability to see the data for a record under the hood. So even if it's not exposed on your page layout, and a lot of times we have some backend fields that users don't need to see, but as an admin, you may want to query that value. So this eliminates the need to run SQL query or run a report or add the field to your page layout or Lightning record page. You can just come here on the record and be able to find what you need. And you have the ability to search, filter. So if I want to see dates, I can search by the word date, and I can see all the date fields. I have the ability to sort by type, by label, by API name. And I can sort by value too, which I'm not sure if anybody would in this case, but you have the ability to sort. You can export this record. So again, it's kind of like running a report. You can quickly export. And these are all the metadata, which I haven't personally used. But yes, you can also then quickly go to setup, either object setup in Lightning or Classic, edit page layout, view record in Salesforce. I typically just click back. And the one thing that's also helpful is if I scroll down, it also tells me the relationship fields I have from the object itself. And I think you can also go to relations and you're able to see that. Or fields or all. All is the default option, which then gives you the fields up top and the relationships on the bottom. So this is extremely helpful. I use this at least a few times a day. And now, other features that this tool gives you is the ability to impersonate as different users. And this is typically somebody with admin access. So not everybody can do this because not everybody can impersonate as another user. And why is this helpful? This is helpful when you need to do a demo to your stakeholders or do a video, a training video of some sort, and you need to log in as different users, right? Because we know as admin or as consultant, we don't never we have the, you know, I want to say the utmost access level of access in Salesforce, but not every user does. So a lot of times you want to show the experience on the logged in user if that logged in user is, say, a salesperson, a support person, and that's when this user tab comes in helpful. Now, I don't have a lot of users here because this is my personal org, but I have the ability to, if I have hundreds or tens and hundreds of users or thousands of users, I can quickly come in here and I can impersonate. Right now, it shows myself as the admin. If I want to impersonate as a security user, I can try login as, and I can do this. I don't think I've enabled the ability to impersonate as a user. If I have, I will be able to do that. But let me quickly see. I think in the back end, I can fix this. So let me fix this and I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. And the reason why I couldn't log in earlier is because I only have 2 users available in this org, and the user I chose was not active. So as you can see, I just logged in as support user, and now I am logged. It tells me I'm logged in as a support user, and I can log out quickly here. And again, I'm back to being an admin. So that's a helpful feature. And one final thing is, I know there's different ways you can run SQL query, but the inspector also gives me the ability to do that. So I can go to data export, and I'll be able to run a query here. So you can write your own SQL query and add in any field that I may want. And I can click export, and I added ID, name, and billing city from the account object as my fields, and the table below shows my records, and the columns will correspond with my column or my fields here, and I have the ability to copy this into Excel, CSV, or JSON format and be able to do something with it. And there's also a way you can save queries, which I haven't done, but this is helpful. So as a Salesforce Inspector user, you have the ability to quickly query without having to go somewhere else and be able to generate some sort of report if you need. So that's one of my favorites. The other one is called the Salesforce Colored Favicon, and this is the ability to name your tab, or color your tab. And why is this important? Because I want the ability to be able to differentiate between different instances of my Salesforce org. So for example, you have an instance that is a sandbox. Maybe you have a production instance, and you don't want to get them confused because oftentimes you are, maybe you have all these tabs open and you don't want to get confused on where you're making the changes. And this is just a handy way of being able to differentiate what tabs are there. And again, if you go into the extension itself, if you go to options, you have the ability to change the color. And as you can see, the instance, it gives me the URL, so I know exactly what colors there are. So if you have a lot of sandboxes or a lot of different orgs you want to organize, you have the ability to do that here. So I hope this video was helpful to you. These are the two utmost Chrome extensions I use personally. If you have one that you use often, please share them in the comments section down below and let me know. Thanks for watching.